On to you Geminis out there. You have the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and you Geminis have the Two of Pentacles. So there's definitely a level of frustration going on with you. That, look, you have the Lovers, okay? There's definitely a level of frustration with you Geminis because you Geminis care about yourselves, and you care, and you have love for yourself. It's just that, you know, the delusions of grandeur is when other people think that you're caught up with them, and you can't stop like dealing with or thinking about them, right? And that's totally not true. The Ten of Swords represents a lot of you Geminis have been through far too much to really be caught up with what another person has got going on. You don't really care, and you shouldn't care at the end of the day. You shouldn't really care, because at the end of the day, right, let them tell themselves these stories in their head, because a lot of that stuff is not even true. The truth is stranger than fiction a lot of the times. And I've talked about this, how, like, you know, people will think that, especially delusional people will think that they're more important than what they are, and they're not really important like that. Not really. As far as they are, in the sense that they are in the sense that people will look at them and only objectify them for one particular reason. And real valuable people get objectified all the time. It's just that people can't, because it's for different reasons, right? Like, people that buy into the hype and everything like that, right? They dangle what is valuable to what a lot of people say is valuable in front of their face so that they can get something. And real valuable people get objectified all the time because people can't really deal with them in their totality. It's too much of a benefit for a lot of people. It's too much different attributes and characteristics. It's too much variety is what I'm trying to say for a person to deal with, right? For the most part, for a lot of people. So what they'll do is that they'll pick one particular thing about a person and they will zero in on it, and that will be the whole purpose of the person's existence. And the thing is that for you, a lot of you Geminis have experienced that a lot. They looked at you for your physical attractiveness, right? Your body and everything. But they ain't really deal with the fact that a lot of you Geminis have great ideas as well. And you Geminis have dealt with that so much to the point where you've become very experienced at being able to know who's faking it and who's real. So the Nine of Cups and the Two of Pentacles speaks to how you're okay allowing people to have that illusion inside of their own head, because it's not even real. It's a little bit frustrating, right? Because for people to run around and tell lies about you. But one thing that I'm realizing too is that them running around telling lies about you is not necessarily the most terrible thing in the world. In other words, what I'm trying to say here, and I'm learning this myself too, is that it's okay to allow people to run around and tell terrible things about you sometimes, because depending on what it is, because, you know, once again, right, like, people will say all types of stuff about myself, and they'll say things like I'm a player and all of that. You know, they like throwing out these narratives. And what I do is that I essentially just use those narratives to my advantage, because if a person is stupid enough to not actually really get to know me, but they have this narrative up in their brain about their experience, instead of actually coming up with their own conclusion based upon the time that they actually got to know me, that's not a person that I would want to hang out with anyway. Because that's the type of a person that is already, they don't, it says a lot about them. Number one, it says that they don't have a mind of their own. They don't have any kind of loyalty. They'll go with whatever is the popular opinion. They, not only that, but it also shows me that in essence they are a coward as well. So when it comes to you Geminis, right, and others, it's kind of a good thing to a certain extent to allow people to talk lies about you, right? As long as you control, as long as it doesn't get out of hand and you address some things every now and again. You don't necessarily even have to address every single thing, but as long as you address the things that will truly ruin your reputation, that will cause you backlash, it's okay to allow some people to talk trash about you, basically. And the reason why is because they like the narrative so much, to the point where sometimes people like narratives so much to the point where they too far gone. You know, with me, to use myself as an example, it's always some nonsense. It's like, when are these people gonna stop it with the nonsense and stop being a contrarian for the sake of being a contrarian? And if you're, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna actually have something against me, actually have it be a valid point, as opposed to you just trying to be seen as popular or cool just for the sake of it. That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would I dislike somebody just for the sake of doing it? That literally makes no sense. That literally makes absolutely no sense. You're just trying to be a villain to the story. It's whack. Cause I need a legitimate reason to be like, okay, yeah, I don't rock with this person, and here's why. Cause now there's purpose behind it. But no kind of real purpose behind doing something, that's just mindlessness. You know, that's pure mindlessness. You're just doing something just for the sake of it. There's no purpose behind it. So I'm saying all that to say that the Lovers and the Five of Swords speaks to how this is a testament to how you Geminis basically love yourselves. This is a testament to how you Geminis have to love yourself, because you know you're high functioning. You know, that's the new buzzword. That's, I swear they always come up with some new buzzwords, and they don't even live the buzzwords themselves. But you're high functioning, right? Meaning that the truth is that a lot of you Geminis, right? A lot of you are really on some stuff. You really have an outlook, is what I'm trying to say, where a lot of people will deliberately be at odds with you, and there's no real point. And this is a testament to why it is that you Geminis need to love yourself and look after yourself, like what I've been talking about. Because what I'm trying to tell you Geminis, right, is that a lot of people are so zombified, they're so lost, they're not really in touch with what's actually happening, right? They like the zeitgeist. They're in the matrix. They love the delusions of grandeur, the monolithic thinking, the drone zombified state, the narratives, you gotta be the villain of the story, right? Healthy relationships are not good, you know, all that nonsense. and the King of Pentacles, then they have to make themselves seem like they're the hero, when in actuality they're really the anti-villain, which is perfect example. They're the real villain of the story, but they have to act like they're the hero, and they're so heroic and build their reputation off of being a victim, even though they're the ones that's actually the villain, because they don't have standards, they don't have decency, they don't have integrity whatsoever. But at the same time, you know, they're getting their notoriety off of the vanity of trying to pose like they're a hero. So in other words, you Geminis, you know, you have people that will come into your life, cause mischief, and then we'll talk about how you Geminis were the one that was the villain of the story. And that's not even really true, right? And the thing is that the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Cups, excuse me, is about how a lot of you Geminis are very glad that you kicked a lot of those type of people out of your life, because you Geminis are going through a very powerful transformation where you Geminis can honestly live your life being at peace without having to, always some stuff, but you can live your life without always having to get into arguments with somebody and the nonsense that they bring and dysfunction, all this other type of stupid stuff going on, right? Them showing you how goofy and dumb some of them really are, right? And a lot of you Geminis are okay. Y'all, a lot of you Geminis are realizing that you could live your life like this, and that's what's bringing you at peace, because the Knight of Wands and the Three of Pentacles is, you know, you seeking to really be at peace with yourself. What brings you work? What makes you work? What you understand yourself? What is your what emotionally upsets you? What brings you peace, right? Like understanding yourself a lot better. Introspection, right? Being able to understand yourself. And you Geminis are seeing that, you know, quiet as it's kept, right? You're a zodiac sign that can be chaotic, but at the same time, you realize that that can be used to your advantage. The chaos of being here, there, and everywhere can be used to your advantage, but used to your advantage without having to have a dysfunctional person next to you, standing next to you, trying to make you miserable or worn out, while at the same time trying to get whatever kind of advantage you can bring to the table. So there's this sense of like peace that's washing, that's kind of like a nice, warm but not too hot cover that covers you in the wintertime, right? In the cold weather, when it's cold out, when it's super cold out or whatnot, and you have a nice warm, like I said, you're not sweating in it. It's nice and it's warm enough. It's something like that, like the diversity that keeps you sane and healthy to make up for this chaotic and real wild and delusional world. And I'm seeing that a lot of you Geminis are really much so at peace. You know, you have some people in your life and you have activities that you can do that bring you peace. And you're doing those things. And if a person doesn't understand that, right, and they come into your life, it's not going to be a very long time until you Geminis tell them to kick rocks. So let's clarify the Knight of Wands. The reason why I'm saying that is because a couple of people have tried to enter into your life recently and it didn't work. You're getting to know them, but like I've been talking about, cop and blow. It's a person that as soon as you essentially get to know, right, You Geminis are now in a procedure where as soon as you get to know them, you have to essentially get them away. They come and they go, because it's not anything dysfunctional that you Geminis are doing. It's their dysfunctionality. They can't come. They're so dysfunctional to the point where your functionality is a natural deterrent from their dysfunctionality. They can't do it. And again, I've told you that like attracts like. I told you that the way to attract somebody is not this etherical, hocus pocus, non-applicable thing. When they talking about attraction in the sense that a like attracts like, they're talking about bringing those people into your life, bringing them in, engaging with them, having them around you. You feel what I'm saying? Really, despite what kind of issues y'all have and the person is showing you how dysfunctional they are, continuing to rock with them. That's what they mean when they say bringing them into your life. Stop listening to people when they tell you that bringing them into your life is you bring them around. You can't control that. You can't control when you cross paths with somebody talking to you. You can't control that. When somebody chooses to open up their mouth and say something, that's not something that you can control, yo. But what you can control is dealing with a person. What you can control is your association with them. You don't have to that's a right. You don't have to associate with them. If they want to associate with you, that's their right. But it takes two, so you don't have to associate with them. And that's the power that you will exercise. Some people came into your life, set right, tried to ruin it. And as soon as they tried to ruin it, you Geminis saw what was up. You sniffed out what was up, and you Geminis was like, nah, cop and blow. What I call cop and blow, right? Or basically what the players essentially will call cop and blow, which is that so many people are so dysfunctional you can't keep them around. So what you do is, as soon as they showed up, they're dysfunctional. So whatever kind of interactions y'all had, they're too dysfunctional to really ever stick around, because their dysfunction is going to cause all type of mischief and stupidity in your life. So you're going to have to essentially let them go. So it's cop and blow, because soon as they came in, they're going to show how dysfunctional they are, not really wrapped too tight in the head. They all off their rocker. And essentially, you're going to have to let them go. And if you're really on point, it's not going to be you're not really going to have this person in your life for a long time, right? So the better you Geminis become and the healthier you become is those types of relationships, those types of cop and blow relationships. You're going to see what I'm talking about, and it's beginning, where you're going to see what I'm talking about when people show up in your life and they could represent themselves as however they want, but it quickly devolves. It quickly goes downhill, quickly. And you will just have to let them go. Like, you got to get out of here, because they can't be kept. There's nothing that you can say or do that's going to keep them. So let's clarify the Three of Pentacles. Right? Then you have to clarify the Three of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Emperor, and then you have the Six of Wands. People will try to shame you. I've had just tons of people shaming me, talking about, oh, it's the people that I'm meeting, and it's the people that I want to have around, and it's like so riddle me this. If I want them around, why do I not talk to them today? And they can't answer the question, and they start asking me something. It's like, you don't want to say that you need to be better individuals. Say it. Say that, oh no, you like these individuals. It sounds to me like you want me to like them. I don't even get along. Like, I'm at a point in my own life, literally, where I don't even get along with these individuals anymore. Like, it's not, like I said before, Gemini, it's not going to be a very long time. Like, I'll personally, right? It's not going to be a long time. Personally, right? In my real life, this is not a joke. I will be talking to somebody and on a Monday, and if they're dysfunctional, literally on a Thursday like today, I'll be like, nah. It doesn't last a very long time. The person, and in them span of days, the person will talk trash about me, make things difficult, and I'll be looking at it like, oh, okay, you one of those. You a dysfunctional person. Okay, let me leave you alone. Because my values and their values, we're not even in the same boat when it comes to, or the same ship. Let's say ship. We're not even in the same ship when it comes to the value systems. That's not who I'm attracting. I'm actually repelling those type of people. So the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Wands right here represents you Geminis are going to see it, and you are starting to see it. You are presenting a cup, and you're presenting a cup, meaning that you are willing to offer a cup, love. But the thing with you Geminis is, you Geminis are not necessarily speaking about who in particular is supposed to grab this cup, supposed to have this cup. In other words, what I'm trying to say is, you Geminis are looking for love. People think that they can use the fact that you Geminis are looking for love against you to get them to give them something, and it's not working. The nine of Cups represents, and the Emperor represents, what they're actually having is, they think that they're gonna get they're gonna get to use you. It's not happening the way that they thought, and the relationship isn't even. Then you Geminis are seeing the nonsense that they're doing before you even build an emotional bond with them like that, to where it's too painful for you to let them go, because you see the issues that they're coming up with very soon, and they didn't think that things can go just that quick. And what I'm trying to tell you is, the Six of Wands, the actual outcome of it is, but it does go that quick now for you. I told you Geminis, when you Geminis are striving to get your stuff together, the more on point you become is the lesser time it's going to take for you and someone dysfunctionally to be in any kind of relationship. Trust me, I run through people. And the reason why is because I don't like them. When I used to date in the United States, run through them. Why? Severe family issues. You smoke a pack of cigarettes a day, all types of goofy. I'm like, nah, I can't do this. It's because it's too, honestly speaking, Geminis, if I'm really being transparent, it's too much of a circus. It's like what we doing right now. So that's it. You Geminis are doing a very good job keeping the goofies away from you, and you're keeping it open for healthy relationships. Now the only thing that other people can do for you, as of right now at least, is come to you correctly. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Peace.